I have been running D&D for almost a decade now, and if there's one thing that I hate, it's killing player characters. And part of that is because it just sucks. But another aspect is purely practical. I spend a significant amount of time planning a character arc for a specific character, and if that character dies, that arc never gets fulfilled. Several years ago, I saw a video on TikTok, and they floated the idea of substituting major injuries for death. And I've been using that system, what I call low mortality, for several years now, ever since I saw that original video, and I absolutely love it. If a player character drops to 0 hit points, they make their saves as normal. But instead of death saves, they're injury saves. If they succeed all 3 injury saves, they stabilize as normal. But if they fail all 3, they take a major injury. Major injuries are intended to be relatively punishing because it's a way to discourage players from throwing themselves into the meat grinder of combat willy-nilly in the same way that death normally discourages that behavior. But critically, you still get to play your character. Over time, major injuries can sort of become like battle scars, these really cool ways to tell the story of your character's journey and a catalog of the fights their party has narrowly won. Just like with death in a normal mortality system, major injuries can be healed with the exact same spells that would normally be used to reverse death, except that instead of bringing back the dead, they heal major injuries. Another thing that I love about the low mortality system is that when death does occur, it makes things feel so much more dramatic. Because in a low mortality system, death is less likely, but it's still possible under various circumstances, like, for example, taking massive damage. And also, critically, death is permanent, and a dead person can only be revived through the use of a wish spell. Now I'm just going to show you a bunch of player characters from various iterations of the campaigns that I run who have taken major injuries and explain what those major injuries are, just because I think that's fun.
This is Nell. She got clocked over the head with an enchanted maul and went concussively blind in her left eye. This is Lox. They got hit with a fireball at level 3, which rendered their arms still functional, but skeletal and partially undead. They wear a mechanical prosthetic to cover it, so that it doesn't freak people out. This is Ezra. He fucked around with an enormous amount of ambient necrotic energy, and got blasted so hard that part of his hair went shock white, and he also got a spell scar. This is Prose. They got hit with a vampiric weapon that drained the vitality out of their right arm until it turned black and atrophied. And this is Barrow. He got his arm lopped off during a moment of heroic sacrifice, and that's to say nothing of the fact that he is also mildly vampiric in none of the fun ways.
If this sounds interesting to you and you want to use this in one of your campaigns, let me know. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I can talk about this all day.